one's never ending war to another. As the White House touts the rush to get, of course, the FDA approval of the Pfizer vaccine, Pfizer is already planning on the next vaccine.
To keep up with the boosters. And what we do it is every time to keep up with the variants. Every time that the variant appears in the world, our scientists are getting their hands around it. And they are researching to see if this variant can escape the protection of our vaccine. We haven't identified any yet, but we believe that it is likely that one day one of them will emerge.
Is that correct? Joining us now is Dr. Byron Bridle, professor of viral immunology at the University of Guelph. Dr. Bridle, first of all, is that accurate what the CEO of Pfizer just said?
There's a couple of things that I would argue are not accurate. First of all, there is evidence, especially coming from places like Israel, that the Delta variant has already started to circumvent the immunity conferred by the Pfizer vaccine. I do agree that there are going to be variants that will emerge. Again, the Delta variant is evidence of one that has started to evade the immunity, but I do believe there is the possibility of future variants that will more efficiently evade the immunity conferred by the Pfizer vaccine, and this is in large part due to the nature of the vaccine and the way we're rolling out these vaccines. So what I mean by that is that the immunity conferred by these vaccines is too narrow. It's focused on one single component of the virus, which is the spike protein. That means the virus only has to change one component to evade the immunity. Also, a critical problem that we've now learned with these vaccines, and that's been admitted in the United States and other countries, is that the duration of immunity, that's the length of time somebody's protected after being vaccinated, seems to be remarkably only 4.5 to 6 months, which is incredibly short. So with the nature of the vaccines and the way they're being rolled out slowly over time, and the fact that they are not conferring long enough immunity for everybody to achieve herd immunity, this is the recipe for the vaccines themselves to be driving the emergence of highly immunoevasive new variants.
Well, today, today Dr. Fauci did address the issue of variants. Watch.
If we keep lingering without getting those people vaccinated that should be vaccinated, this thing could linger on, leading to the development of another variant which could complicate things. So it's within our power to get this under control.
Again, doctor, that was last night. Is the fact that some people are unvaccinated driving the variants, or is there a different scenario at play?
Yeah, no, as I mentioned, I believe that it is the vaccines themselves that are driving the variants, if anything, not those who are unvaccinated. Those who are unvaccinated and get infected, they're either going to clear the virus or they're going to succumb to the virus. That's really the option that happens when you're dealing with a highly pathogenic virus. So in the latter version, physicians would have to intervene, but otherwise, if somebody has cleared the virus, they're naturally protected. They have robust immunity, broad-based immunity.
But that's not what Dr. Fauci said, sir. That is not what Dr. Fauci continues to say. Instead, he said that if you've been infected and you get vaccinated, you have extra protection, enormous increase in your immunity to anything that basically comes your way. Is that accurate?
No, what you have in that case is you have a dramatically amplified antibody response against the spike protein only. And we have to remember, when it comes to viruses, it's not about the magnitude of the antibody response. A healthy, robust, natural immune response against viruses actually typically has relatively low magnitude antibody responses. But what's more important against viruses is that we have the proper quality of antibodies. And there's some evidence, in fact, there's a paper, a preprint article that's just appeared that suggests that with these, some of the Delta variants that are coming out, some of them might actually be prone to what we call antibody-enhanced disease. There's evidence that antibodies are binding to some parts of the spike protein that actually facilitate infection with this virus. So it's not all about the amount of antibodies, it's about the quality of the antibody response.
Dr. Bridle, I always feel like I got a little bit of a medical degree every time you come on, so thank you for joining us. Great to see you tonight. And from COVID to crime, California, big trouble. More from my investigation.